splits in all shortcuts.
Yes, indeed. As I've pointed out, for racers who are not familiar with ASO but are familiar with lumberjack competitions, it's very much like the I don't remember what it's called. I can't ever remember it. It's a springboard.
Each board that you
the
put in?
springboard chop or whatever. Someone in chat knows what I'm talking about. I'm gonna wait for everyone in chat to be like, I totally know what you're talking about, Elad. Just waiting on that one. Good times though. Tufwfo sort of waffling on that longsword there. Longsword take is not the worst thing with Diamond because of the diagonals, but you do snag a little extra. A little bit of buffering here from Spooty. I think there's some concern that Spooty's internet might be not holding up for some reason, which is odd. Generally has very good internet, but there's a note in chat that he might have a hard time. And yeah, it's being a little fun right now.
I always like laying down my excuses before a race.
Oh, sure. Yeah. That's what you want to do. Feeling a little bit sick. My dog just barfed on the carpet.
Exactly. I might get disconnected if I start to fall a little behind.
That's right. Commentary's really throwing me off.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice little gold kill there by Spooty.
By the way, I had a
milk
question.
that leprechaun a little bit.
I had a question about variants that we saw in one of the earlier races. I guess it's something that you can't avoid in this sort of game. Yeah,
a bit of a sore spot with the community, unfortunately. There's been many attempts to fix some of the variants. Some of the variants is really ridiculous, like the things that cause it. The particles that moles make when they pop out of the ground, if somebody doesn't have particles turned on, because that's an option, it causes variants. If you throw crates down a hole, I believe that causes variance. If you kill the shopkeeper on a different floor, it causes variance. Ring of Peace causes variance. The Shrine of Space, if you use it, causes variance. And it's more just like, if it needs to generate an extra item or a different number of items on the floor than your opponent, it's gonna like eat through the pool in a different way. So you're gonna have variance. And yeah, it's just an unfortunate thing that happens in this, and low percent racing isn't super fun, so it's not really much we can do about that one.
Got it.
Yeah, the luck items used to give a lot more variance, but they changed it a bit how luck works because of the variance, which was nice. It's nice to have a dev who cares about the community, but you know.
We actually have occasional we call it, I actually don't know if we have a term for it, but the daily challenge is intended to have everyone in Spelunky playing the same seed every day, but we've noticed that in some scenarios we'll have different items that spawn in the crust or different gem patterns, and we're doing score runs, and it actually, I don't know if it's ever been truly decisive on a daily, but it
I can see that mattering.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And have you nailed down at all what would be causing that variance?
The lead coder of the game is the children's author. No, I'm teasing.
Yikes!
No, we have no explanation for it, and we don't even know if it's associated with any menu options or what have you.
That's interesting. I do know you have a Spelunky Science channel.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And you do your Spelunky Science there. We also have our Necrodancer Science channel. And some of the stuff that they discover, it's so baffling to me. It's very interesting. This game.
Anyways, we joke about the the coding, but it's a really good engine for platforming, and we love it. But every once in a while, you see something kind of weird that you can't explain, and you can only really chalk it up to something that went on that made the programming, or something about the programming decisions.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
but we love it. So
if it's not like a giant, no, it's all good. If you don't have like a giant like company with like 50 coders all working on it and finding bugs and stuff, these things happen. It's all good. Yeah. And some of it's the charm, as we were talking about earlier. There's some things in Necrodancer that were bugs turned features that we wouldn't live without. We love them, so it's all good times.
I would say almost every bug in the game has made it more fun to play. So.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, we are racing. It is both racers on 4-2, which is really exciting. I don't know if you had some issues with Spooty. You might have to do some refreshes.
Yep, I've done it a couple times.
Oh, no! And Tuff goes down in 4-2, pushing a little too hard, flying a little too close to the sun.
Yeah.
And let's see if we can get that replay on. Yeah, here it is. And it's just jumping into a harpy, running out of health, using a little too much. So now it's just Spooty's opportunity to sort of see if he can find a little bit of a way to slow down here. Actually, having the blast helm, or a little bit of safety anyways, having the blast helm with the big bombs is really good, just for clearing out boss rooms, and you know Spooty's going to use those well. Oh, Tuff didn't find the blast. Now, we do generally ask that our racers try to keep running if they can, but obviously if this is game one of a set, you don't want to overly frustrate yourself.
Sure.
We understand that, but we also, we have seen time and again races go where our other racer dies, and now, of course, if Spooty dies here, then Tuff and Spooty are going to be at the same spot instead of Tuff having a big advantage.
Right.
But that's up to the racers, really.
This is also the upper bracket still.
This is the winner's bracket.
Yeah, so you might have a different mentality towards continuing to race if you're in the lower bracket, or loser's bracket, I'm sorry.
Come on!
If you're facing elimination, or,
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, gonna be just plowing through. Obviously, pink shovel there, looking good. Everybody loves that shovel.
Sure.
And one thing I haven't really mentioned, but is so good with Diamond, is the fact that you can diagonal step through walls, and no enemies can, or few enemies can. Some can. Oh man, that earth kill. That was pretty busted. It was a nice kill though, and GG's. So
626, 28.
Yeah, Spooty taking that one.
Very nice.
Smooth kill. Totally knew his build. I love it. Oh, it's really swaggy. That was really nice. All right, our big moment here, though, is that death. As you can see, he just piles in. Only had one heart. Needed to actually just waste a beat, I think. Moving up was what got him killed. I don't think anything was directly attacking him at the time. Mm-hmm. And he jumped into a harpy. But those harpies, they'll surprise you. You don't expect them because they're the fastest enemy in the game. They move very, very quickly. They move up to, I think, 4 spaces, which no other enemy does. So yeah, they'll just kind of bear down on you, and suddenly you're like, oh, I thought that was going to be a safe spot. Oftentimes when you get better at this game, the way that you get better at this game is instead of reacting every beat, you prepare yourself for a few beats down the road. So it's sort of like chess, where you're like, okay, yeah, I know that I'm going to move this, 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 and then you can sort of, and then just also getting good with reacting to what's happening right away, and sort of broadening your scope of what you're looking at. So instead of looking at just your immediate 8 squares around you, you can start to look a little wider. Because when you first start playing, you're so fixated on the character and staying on the beat.
Central character, yeah.
And I think that's a big reason why a lot of people die to Red Dragons, is because they laser you and you don't even see them. Or by the time you see them, it's too late. So, yeah, I think that's a big part of it. I think that's kind of how it goes.
I've definitely noticed, even in like a continuous time game like Spelunky, I'll still have quite a few things that I'm planning, specific jump timing, specific whip timing, and I'm actually not as good as some of the higher players at adjusting when something goes wrong. And so I'll occasionally continue to make bad decisions after one thing has gone wrong. And I suspect it's similar in this community, or in this game.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of like you have 2 tanks of skill that you can use. One is your sort of muscle memory, where you can get better at reacting to things immediately when things go wrong. And of course that happens a lot in Spelunky, where it's like suddenly an arrow, and can you whip it or back whip it or whatever. And then the other side of things is like your sort of game knowledge. So yeah, muscle memory and game knowledge. And I feel like those 2 things, as you play, you kind of try and improve both.
Getting better at planning, getting better at adjusting planning, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, which is good. And which is a huge reason why I love roguelike racing. I say it all the time. It doesn't get the love that it deserves, especially in like the big events like GDQ, and it's getting there. And I really think that randomizers are helping, like Link to the Past randomizer races and stuff like that. I think that's helping because that's sort of like interesting. You're not just like memorizing the perfect button presses, but you're really learning, and it's not just pure muscle memory, but you're learning that game knowledge that really helps. And I think that that's just really interesting. And I think that's a fun thing.
I've been amused that, the sudden interest in these randomizers, but as you mentioned, there's other games that are just built to be random and they're intended to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
yeah,
play roguelikes. Yeah,
roguelikes are good.
Yeah,
agreed. Also, one thing I just remembered that I wanted to point out because it's kind of funny, I forgot. A long time ago, I think before Necrodancer Racing, I actually dabbled in creating a Spelunky Racing League. I don't know if I've said that before. I actually was looking into it, and then I talked to someone who already was making one. I think it was the Star League or something. I don't know what happened to that or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's just burnout usually, where you do it for a season and you've hosted a lot of events and you've gotten people to participate. You've managed the leaderboards, and then you just get tired.
Yeah.
So that's gonna happen.
It happens.
None of us, I think, are paid to do commentary. You might have some subscribers, but it's usually not your source of income.
No, it's definitely not my source of income. And we did actually, which was really nice, was Ryan, our the game dev.
Yeah.
Oh, the Ogre Smash! That was awesome. The game dev does give us money for prize money, which is really nice.
Oh, okay.
It's not for us, but it's for the competition, which is really great.
I don't know who it was, but we had a couple of prizes back in the day. It was Spelunky figurines and maybe even the Spelunky book, which you should definitely read, even if you don't like Spelunky. It's a great.
I actually have it.
Yeah,
it was